Technology changes, and life rearranges. It's Rhyme and Reason 540.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're...
Hey there, Tony here with a little techno nerd talk for you. Have you noticed how technology changes? Or is it just me? I'm the only one who's noticing that? No, I doubt it. Computer monitors are light years ahead of that old Zenith console screen I watched TV on when I was a kid. You guys have that in your house? Zenith or Magnavox or Philco. I mean, all these different ones that used to be the big brands for the big monolithic giant TVs in the living room. The screen wasn't actually all that big. It was a big cabinet that it came in. But that old Zenith had some serious advantages. Yeah, like it actually looked like a part of the living room furniture. So take that, Apple and Dell. But as fast as technology changes, it can cause some upgrade challenges. And that's where I've found myself lately. The fastest computer I have on my desk is my iPad Pro. And it's actually slightly behind what's out there now. Plus, my old workhorse MacBook Pro is now 10 years old, going on 11, which is like 110 to you and me, and that's not good. Certain websites are even sending me warnings that my system may not be optimized for the best viewing. It's so sad to think about, old Mackie. Well, who do those people think they are anyway? I mean, I get it. Nothing lasts forever. And it's probably basically time for me to put my MacBook out to digital pasture. So that simply means I got to go get a new computer. And everything's going to be state of the art, right? Ready to go, right? Not so fast as it turns out. The latest Apple laptops and desktops, they might be the last of their kind, I found out. And in other words, when I was researching specs, to see if there was something that I was going to get and kind of replace and upgrade and all that, I found out that Apple is going to be rolling out their products with their own silicon in the coming months, and the current products are going to go the way of Saturn. Remember those cars? It's going to go the way of the old Saturn cars. After a little more digging, I found several vloggers recommended not to buy a laptop right now, especially if you are going to go into that mode of Apple upgrades and all that kind of stuff. They said, unless you absolutely need a new one, because the next generation is going to be heading in a new direction, it looks like. And with technology, you definitely don't want to be left in the dust, because things can get obsolete pretty fast. And I think I've been fortunate to be able to use my MacBook so long. And I want to be able to, utilize that kind of process as long as I can on the next one, too. I'm pretty good at making my technology last and work efficiently. And so I just need to do that for my iPad Pro, I think. It's a smaller screen, and I have a Bluetooth keyboard case, so that's smaller too. But all the apps and browsers and, basically everything on it work much faster than my old MacBook. So I just need to start doing all my work on my iPad. I already do most of it. I do a lot of video editing for a couple of clients and writing for a couple of other clients and myself. So I do most of it on here on the iPad. I'm actually recording this on the iPad Pro. As you're listening to it, you're listening to something that was recorded on it. So I basically just have to get used to the smaller workstation, right? And I realize this post is not exactly on the same path as what I typically write about, but there is still a connection, because my story about how technology constantly changes is in stark contrast to how my creator's love never changes. Nothing, no thing lasts forever. And there's very little in this life you can depend on to stay the same, but you can take this to the bank. Life can go on forever. And God will never leave you nor forsake you. He's got a place he'd really love to take you, but he will never force you to believe it. It's up to you to take it or to leave it. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the technology edition of Rhyme and Reason, brought to you by TonyFunderburk.com. Head on over there as soon as you finish listening to this. Get yourself one of those T-shirts that says, "Life has rhyme and reason because God made you."
There's a rhyme and reason.